Hey guys, I have this video here that caught my attention that it is called 10 reasons why Diablo 4 is a superior game versus Path of Exile 2 from an ARPG veteran. You guys know that I am loving Path of Exile 2 and I do think that Path of Exile 2 is the superior game. But I am in no way a D4 hater. I also like D4. And what I want is for both games to be good so I can play both games and maybe one season, and I go back and forth and everything is fine and I have fun all the time. But I do think that even in its early access state, Path of Exile 2 is a superior game in almost every single way. But let's see what he has to say about it, right?
I think at this point in time, while everybody is glazing Path of Exile 2, it's super important for us to remain grounded. And a video like this is very, very important because we need to remember some simple facts as to why Diablo, the franchise itself, but also just Diablo 4 with its most recent expansion, is by far the superior game as well as experience, especially if you are an ARPG veteran like myself, somebody who has grown up with the genre and essentially knows quality from, you know, something that's just basically really cool right now while everybody's supporting it, but you know, it eventually goes away. So in this video, what I'd like to do is I'd like to go through 10.
Are you implying that Path of Exile 2 is going to go away? I don't think it is going to go away. If Path of Exile 1 is anything to go by, Path of Exile 2 will still be here. If you are referring to the hype behind the game, probably the hype will go down, but I don't know if it will happen anytime soon, because I would argue that as they release the other classes and the other ascendancies and the other acts and they ramp up towards the actual launch of the game, the hype is going to go up, So I don't know. Again, I am not D4 hater, but this doesn't mean that I glaze Path of Exile 2 a lot. But in this case, I am not or hating on D4 or glazing on Path of Exile 2. I am just trying to look at it objectively. And I find Path of Exile 2 build variety incredibly more powerful than Diablo 4. The skill tree is not even close. The skill gems and the skill variety not even close. Itemization not even close. The boss fights not even close. The ascendancies not even close. 12 ascendancies compared to 6 classes in Diablo 4. The Endgame not even close. So what are we talking about in here? And these are systems, because there are other things that you could say that are taste, right? Like if you like more one lore than the other one, or you like more the graphics, or you like more the atmosphere, that is more personal taste. There could be an objective truth in there, but taste is more involved in that. But now I am talking about the objective stuff, and that makes me think that Path of Exile is a superior game. But again, let's see what he has to say. But his first statement was like really powerful, like we are blinded right now because of the hype and because of I don't know, the honeymoon phase, and we are not looking at the facts that D4 is better. But let's see how he explains it.
Easy reasons why Diablo 4 and the Diablo franchise is better than Path of Exile, Path of Exile 2, or pretty much anything from that whole camp. Let's get started. We'll start with the easy stuff first, where it's very simple to understand why Diablo is better, and we'll get to the harder ones. So first things first, reason number 1, microtransactions. This is the Diablo 4 store, and you'll notice...
Really, is this what they're trolling? This is what you are going to start with, microtransactions. Path of Exile is a free game, dude. Diablo 4 is a paid game with a microtransaction shop. The microtransactions shop in Diablo 4 shouldn't exist at all, because you are already paying for the game. Why do they need more money for? But Path of Exile is a free game. They need the microtransaction shop to be able to sustain the game. And even then, they do it in ethical way, not like some bullshit gacha game, a stupid game that is pay to win or has loot boxes or whatever. In Path of Exile, there is no pay to win and you know exactly what you are getting. There is no bullshit in here. This is probably the most ethical monetization in the whole fucking market out there. So don't give me this crap.
Is that yes, we do have microtransactions in here, of course, but all of this stuff is cosmetics. There are skins for horses. There's, you can buy like weapon skins. You can get like a whole outfit, everything like that. But the point is, this stuff is all optional. None of this makes you play better. None of this makes you...
Are you going to make the argument that the stash tabs make you better? Because we already went through that whole fucking shit. You can play the whole game without buying stash tabs. Don't give me this crap. And they don't make you stronger in any way, shape, or form. They are convenient, yes, very much so, but they don't make you better at the game, they don't make you clear the game, and they are certainly not needed. Don't give me that crap. And we already talked about the difference between a paid game and a free game.
Get further in the game. All of this is just Riz for your character, and so you can completely sidestep any of this without having to swipe your credit card once, meaning that Diablo is the superior experience because what you're doing is you pay once at the beginning, and then of course if you want to engage in things like season passes and stuff like that, you pay once for the main game, you pay once for the expansion, and you're done. If you want to buy this stuff, you want to spend daddy's credit card, then sure, go right ahead.
That is a problem, that if I already paid for the game, why isn't the cosmetic stuff in the base game there? Make me unlock it by clearing stuff, by progressing in the game. You are putting a shop on top of that, so if I want the fancy stuff, I have to pay the 70, the 90 for the base game, combining both the base game with the expansion, and then I have to pay for each single thing that I want this mount, pay for it. Oh, I want this cosmetic, pay for it. No, fuck that, dude, fuck that. In Path of Exile, I have the cosmetics, and they are truly optional because the game is free, motherfucker. By the way, this motherfucker is not directed at the person in the video. No hate towards them. We are just talking here the arguments. This is a general motherfucker. I do feel like he has to be trolling me in a way, brother. I do feel he has to be trolling in a way because, wow. or rage baiting, farming the controversy. That can be a thing too.
Other than that, you're good to go with that one amount that you spend at the beginning. Next up is whatever the hell this dystopian nightmare of a shop is in Path of Exile 2, which is just jam-packed with early access support packages and all this stuff. A lot of like cosmetics and so on, which yes, Diablo has that as well. But then also just sort of like slid in the back here, just general things which actually improve your game if you are actually buying them, like stash tabs, like additional stash tabs, everything like that, upgrading to pre.
You know what people in D4 would like to pay for? They will gladly pay for more stash tabs in Diablo 4. Ask anyone playing Diablo 4 and they will gladly pay for more stash tabs, dude. Because in D4 there are not enough stash tabs. Of course, I would want them to be free. Please don't make us pay for stash tabs. But people will gladly pay for them in D4.
Premium stash tab, currency stash tabs, all of these things make the game easier and better for the person who's paying for them. And so that, in my definition, I mean, if this isn't pay to win, or at the very least pay for comfort, then I don't know what is. And I mean, in the time where we are now in the gaming space, is this not the sort of thing that we frown upon? Like, honestly, this doesn't exist in Diablo and hasn't existed in Diablo. And if Diablo tried to do this, we would be on them so bad. But it's okay that this game does it. Next up, sticking with this game now, we all know the quality that Diablo brings to the table when it comes to telling a story. I'm in Act 3 of Path of Exile 2 now. I have no idea what's going on.
If you have no idea what is going on, it's because you have not been paying attention, brother. The story and the campaign in Path of Exile 2 is insanely cool, bro. Really, really cool. And the songs and the scenario, by the way, I am not saying the one in D4 is not cool. I like the one in D4. But let's be honest, at some points it is underwhelming. And the one for the Vessel of Hatred, it sucks. The highest moment in Vessel of Hatred is what happens after the campaign ends with the Mephisto getting the body of Akarat. But the Vessel of Hatred story sucks. And in the base game, there are moments that are just filler. But I have told you guys before, I like the Diablo universe better, but the Diablo universe is there since Diablo 1. This is not something that Diablo 4 brought to the table. It is just the Diablo IP. Yes, I like the Diablo IP better than the Path of Exile 2 or the Path of Exile IP. But if we compare the way the story is told in Path of Exile 2 to Diablo 4, I like the Path of Exile 2 better, brother. It's cooler stuff happens. It is more badass, let's say it that way. But I can understand why somebody would like the D4 better. This is something that is more akin to taste. But if you don't know what is happening in PoE 2, it is because you don't want to know what is happening. Because I didn't play PoE 1 and I know what is happening. So yes, that is the truth.
Mixed match of just being very on the nose and just like not keeping any mystery, any suspense there, or basically not knowing exactly where you are in the game, who you're supposed to kill, why someone's suddenly a bad guy, why someone's a good guy. It's just a mess. It's terribly put together. Diablo is the only game that can build suspense to a point. I mean, we're up to the first expansion already and Diablo hasn't even shown up yet. That is building up to such a
Brother is clearly rage baiting. Am I falling victim of the trolling here and I am like debating something that doesn't exist? Am I an idiot? Am I stupid? Because the people have been saying the Diablo not being in the Diablo 4 game is stupid. By the way, I don't think it is stupid. I was thinking even about making a video. Like they need to know to extend the story. If they show Diablo and you kill Diablo, then what the fuck are they going to tell you? To tell in the story, right? But if he's bringing up this point, it is a troll, brother. He's using it at like this dude is trolling and I was falling big. Okay, well played, brother. It took me a while. Dude. Well played.
Awesome.
I am still going to finish the video and yes, we are going to fight the arguments because there might be people that actually think these things and we are going to just say why it isn't like that, right? But yes, suspense building or whatever because Diablo isn't there or whatever, nonsense.
Story point and delivery when we maybe see him in like the second or hopefully the third expansion. I hope they make that many expansions, but the point is we haven't even seen the titular character that the game is named after in yet.
There you go. But that is where you see that brother, this is like Frosty LaRue taking to the next level, dude. Because he appears to be serious, Frosty LaRue, you understand immediately that he's being sarcastic. But this dude is being like serious and some people might think that he's being serious, brother. This is sarcasm to the next level. Well played, brother, well played. I am liking it, okay.
That is suspense building and story building that you cannot find anywhere else, especially in this ARPG. And then thirdly, I just gotta ask, what the fuck is this? Like, this, for anybody who's unaware, is the table where you pick your skills. This is the passive skills table, so this is like attribute boost and it unlocks like additional abilities and you can slot jewels in here.
Now that I know that bro is trolling and he's sarcastic, the video is awesome. It is like it takes on another whole fucking level, dude. Now he chose a skill tree and he, what the fuck is this? Okay, brother, awesome video, my dude.
And all this stuff, but this is the primary, system in the game that increases your character power. Yes, you get it from gear and stuff like that and skill gems and blah 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 blah, but this is the primary way in which every time when you level you get a point and you click it in. But how the fuck are you supposed to know where you have these guys signed some kind of an exclusivity agreement with all the content creators, because this is automatic content for them, because no normal human being can figure this shit out. This is ridiculous. I have a civil engineering degree and I have no idea what they're trying to get me to do here. This is how you do a fucking skill tree.
But bro, there you go. When you say that the different skill tree is cool, is when you know that brother is being sarcastic. This is how you make an skill tree, brother. This is the next step in the Frostilaru genre, dude. Being sarcastic at the extreme, dude. Bro, but now being serious, for the people that actually think that the skill tree is too complicated. The skill tree is one of the things that I love more about Path of Exile, and it's one of the things that made me try to play Path of Exile 1 in the first place, because I said it is awesome that there is a game with this big of a skill tree, or a passive skill tree. Once you actually start looking at it and you see that not all the tree is even close to what you need for your build, and you are going to probably use at most like a third of the tree or less, you realize that it is not that complicated and you can start learning it. Of course, if you are a beginner like me, there are a lot of things that you don't know, but you go learning it little by little, and it is fun. It is fun discovering this new thing.
1 to 2, possibly 3 choices tops. Super easy to figure out. You can quickly re-gear everything. You know, you can quickly test between the 2 options, see which one you like. There's no kind of weird stuff that you have to understand. No weird substats and everything that don't matter, like accuracy and stuff like that, which you get in Path of Exile 2. Just a lot simpler to work with. I get the fact that some people want things to be a little bit complex and a little bit hard to figure out, but I don't want to have a fucking Rosetta Stone to just understand the basics of leveling my character from 1 to 10. Then in 4th place, honestly, I can't fucking keep a straight face anymore. This started out as like satire just to kind of like cheer me up.
Of course it was satire, and you held it together a long time, brother. Fucking awesome, dude. Fucking awesome. I had to respect it, because at the start of the video I thought it was serious, and I tried to actually argue, but at some point you had to say, dude, you are fucking with me, aren't you? But it was awesome, brother. Awesome video, dude. Awesome video. In fact, I feel like I am stupid. So it is so cool that you are making me feel like an idiot for not figuring out earlier, you know.
On like a pretty boring Monday. And yeah, I can't pull this shit off anymore. I want to first of all just start off by saying that, I mean, I'm like a gamer. I started in the late 80s, early 90s, and one of the earliest memories I have of where I had to earn playing a game was I had to do an insane amount of like summer jobs and everything like that. Actually, probably like more than one summer rotation, where I was trying to save up money, pocket money, so I could buy my first shitty beat up secondhand PC, so that I could play the original Diablo on it. I'd seen it at a friend's house. Cool, I fell in love with that shit, and eventually they wouldn't let me come to the house anymore to play the game, so I figured out I had to do something myself and get it. And I've been an avid supporter of the franchise, but also the genre of ARPGs ever since then. And I believe, like, in a way, like, I've had rose-tinted glasses when it comes to like Diablo and everything like that, and I've come to realize that that's because Diablo is the Call of Duty of the ARPG world. And I don't mean in terms of like annual releases, because obviously that's not happening, but I really mean it in terms of like the inability for them to like just innovate and essentially just take chances and move the genre forward. And it takes a game like Path of Exile 2 and obviously Path of Exile 1, which is the shame, because I avoided that game like the fucking plague, because I was scared for a lot of the things which I was making fun of in this video, but I didn't understand it, and now I do. I just came off an extremely intimate weekend with Path of Exile 2 since the launch, and I walked away from that, or I'm still in the fucking afterglow of that, but I've walked away from that a changed man, and I get it. Yeah. I get what people are talking about. It makes complete sense to me now. So I think, I mean, Path of Exile 2, again, coming from a guy who my really first Path of Exile experience is Path of Exile 2. So for a lot of you, you might be saying, well, fucking duh, bro, this has been the case with Path of Exile 1 since, you know, the beginning. But take it from someone who showed up late to the party. But the point is, I get it. I understand this.
Same. I am also late to the party. You guys know that I am like going hard with PoE 2. I did play PoE 1, but I never finished the campaign. I am a complete noob. I don't understand shit in there. So I said, you know what? I am going to leave PoE 1 behind, and I am just going to try to learn everything and start from scratch on PoE 2. And I am having the time of my life. And yes, I also get it. This shit is awesome.
This game might very well be a generational ARPG that in many ways sets the bar far higher than any of its predecessors before ever could. I hate the fact that I have to reduce.
This is a milestone in the genre, or even evolving the genre. This is like the D2 of the future. In the future, when other ARPGs are like saying, oh, we are trying to push it forward because we were inspired by Path of Exile 2.
My love for Diablo as a franchise, but also Diablo 4, to just pleasant memories, and that I can't link to anything in the game right now, which is something that I think is a good idea, works very well, is fun to interact with, anything like that, because I've tasted the forbidden fruit. So
exactly.
I mean, I know I've probably lost a whole bunch of people with that shit at the beginning of the video, but if you're still sticking around, awesome. And if you're on because my channel,
you did great, by the way. I believe I already said this, but I am going to say it again. You did well in the acting department, dude. You did well in the acting department, because at the start it felt like you were being serious. So good job, man. Good job.
You know, has a whole bunch of different genres on it, but there's definitely Diablo stuff on here as well. And I do know some of the people that watch my videos also do play ARPGs as well. And if you have for some reason been on the fence about trying this out, and you've been using the fact like there's, you know, $30 that you have to pay as an entry into it, you know, so you don't want to take the chance of doing that, take it personally from me that it is absolutely worth it. Yes, the game is complex. It's more complex than Diablo for sure, but let's be honest, you know, like a fucking game of tic-tac-toe in certain cases is more advanced than Diablo 4 at this point in time. I'm sorry, dude, I hate to be the fucking guy, but like it's when you see something that's so far ahead of the curve, then you look back at what you're comparing it against, and you're just like, the fuck? How it's like suddenly I got contact lenses and I can see I've been blind my whole life. But in any case, the point is, if you're thinking about taking the plunge or anything like that, yes, you are going to be dealing with a more complex game than Diablo, but that's in itself not saying much, and it is difficult. All right, there's a reason why people call this game the Dark Souls of ARPGs, and I mean, it's not quite there, but it is certainly difficult. I just finished Act 2.
What happened is, I do think it is a little bit hard, but it is not as hard as people say it is. But I think it is because people faced the realization that they couldn't play the game as they thought they were going to play the game. We have been playing ARPGs, Path of Exile 1, and Diablo 4, and maybe even Last Epoch, in a way where we go and we blast monsters and we don't think about anything, right? And then we try to play Path of Exile 2 like that, and we realized that we couldn't. And making the transition to understanding how to actually play the game, that was like the difficult part. But try, after you go through the campaign the first time, or maybe a couple of times, try to, and you are already accustomed or used to how the game plays and how the character moves, and go again back to Act 1. You destroy that shit, because now you know how the game works, brother. Because now you are in this sphere, in this world, you know how it is. So yes, the campaign and the game is nerfing itself when people get used to it, and you understand that this doesn't play like the other ARPGs.
A couple of hours back, and it is some of the most frustratingly challenging shit that I've had to do in an ARPG, but super satisfying to do. I think personally the Act 1 boss of Path of Exile 2 That fucking boss has more going for it from a spectacle perspective, a difficulty perspective, phases, all of that, just general fight enjoyment, and anything that I've seen.
That anything in D4, and it is the first boss in Act 1, brother. Well, not the first boss in Act 1, it is the first act final boss, the Count Geonor, that transforms into the wolves. That boss is really, really cool, and it is better, and it has more mechanics and more stuff to dodge and to do than anything in D4, including Uber, Triple, Quadruple Lilith, dude.
Ever in Diablo. And that makes me sad, because this game has basically made it so that I can only refer or look back pleasantly at memories that I have from many years ago, Diablo 2 and stuff like that. And that's the last time that I connected with that game. So I think I want to end this off. I know it's a weird kind of video. I started out with an idea, and I'm hoping that it panned out. But I do want to say that I'm not going to do a review of Path of Exile 2 for the channel or anything like that, because I think I'd have to spend many more hours, and especially get into the end game before I can even attempt to do that. But see this as a mini review from my side. If there was any of you that were wondering, you know, if this is worth it to get into or if I'm enjoying it, the answer to both of those questions is a fucking resounding yes. This shit is good.
Glad
you
to
need to get on it as soon as you can. Other than that, as usual, fucking cheers.
Hey brother, awesome video. You got me at the start. I have to say it, and I feel like an idiot. So you did well, brother, you did well. And yes, Path of Exile 2 is insane. It is a revolutionary game. It is pushing the genre forward, and I am glad that more people are playing it. But again, you guys know that I am not D4 hater. I also like D4, and what my hope is that PoE2 success makes the Diablo 4 people realize, and with people I mean developers, that the player is not afraid of a challenge, that the player is not afraid of complex systems, and they go and do cooler stuff in Diablo 4 too, right? Not necessarily take it to the complexity or the difficulty of Path of Exile 2, but improve it, because let's be honest, guys, in Diablo 4 it is lacking. So yeah, that is what I mean. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it. Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I a clown? Am I a genius? I love reading comments even when they don't agree with me. Also remember to like the video, to subscribe to the channel, all that cool stuff. Guys, thanks for being here. You guys are awesome. God bless ya. And remember, don't be afraid ever, because this is just a ride.